Hey, yo, what's good, Double Clutch Nation? It's your boy Y Ghost. Today we're going to be talking about the games that happened, starting off with the Mavericks versus Hornets, in which the Mavericks won 130-104. The Mavericks have pushed their winning streak to 4 games and are 9-1 in their last 10. Luka Dončić had a 39-point triple-double with 10 assists and 12 rebounds and 8 threes, and broke the Mavericks single-season points record. In this last stretch of the season, the Mavericks have been one of the best teams in the league. Kyrie Irving had 18, 8, and 9 assists with 2 steals and 3 blocks. Daniel Gafford had a nice game with 26 and 7, going 12 with 12 from the field, being perfect. And on the other side, Brandon Miller had 21 points with 4 threes and 3 steals, and Miles Bridges led the team with 22 points. In the next game, the 76ers dominated the Pistons 120-102 in a game without Tyrese Maxey. Joel Embiid dominating, having 37, 11, and 8 with 3 steals and 2 blocks, acting like he never even got injured. Buddy Hield had 18 off the bench with 5 threes, and Tobias Harris had a double-double with 15 and 12. Jaden Ivey led the Pistons with 25, going 6 of 9 from 3. The 76ers need every win they can get as they're trying to get out of the play-in and into at least the 6th seed. After that, the Pacers won 140-123 against the Raptors. Tyrese Halliburton had 30 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, and put up his first 30-point game in over 3 months. This win puts them only a half game behind the Cavs for the 5 seed and only 2.5 games behind the 2 seed Milwaukee Bucks. The Pacers were up 15 going into the 4th, and Tyrese Halliburton only needed 16 shots to get his 30. Obi Toppin off the bench had 23, and TJ McConnell contributed 17 and 7 assists in a good win for the Pacers. The Bucks beat the Celtics 104-91, but there's no other way to start talking about this game other than to say I hope Giannis Antetokunmpo is alright. After Damian Lillard was bringing the ball up and he followed behind, he fell onto the ground, sitting on the floor holding his calf/Achilles, in which it looked really scary and looked just like a lot of other damaging Achilles injuries we've seen in the past. Right now they're saying it could just be a calf strain, but Woj came out and said that he's going to get an MRI to confirm that. The good news of the situation is that the Bucks finally snapped their 4-game losing streak with a big win against the Celtics, keeping them at the 2 seed for now. The refs decided to take the night off as the Boston Celtics became the first ever team in NBA history to not shoot a single free throw. I don't even know how that happens, and the crazy part is that the Bucks only had 2 free throws the entire game, in which Giannis went 1 of 2 from the free throw line. The Milwaukee Bucks were up 20 points at halftime and had 6 players in double figures, being led by Patrick Beverley, who gave them 20 points and 10 rebounds. Nobody in the Celtics starting lineup shot over 50%. Jason Tatum led them with 22 points. Prayers for Giannis, as hopefully it's not too serious. The next game ended in double overtime, in which the Heat beat the Hawks 117-109. And only his 3rd game back from injury, Tyler Hero had 33 points in 48 minutes played. Bam had 10, 7, and 7, playing really good defense. Jimmy Buckets had 25, 8, and 9, and 3 steals. And the fake Nikola Jokic started and had 23 points and 8 rebounds. DeJounte Murray came out and had a 29-point triple-double with 13 rebounds and 13 assists with 4 steals. He is such a good leader for this team, and the help he had in this game was DeAndre Hunter, who had 23, 11, and 2 steals. At the end of the 4th quarter, DeJounte Murray tied the game 101-101 with the driving layup, in which they called goaltending on Bam Adebayo. The Heat then used the rest of the shot clock with the Tyler Hero 3 missing to send the game into overtime. DeJounte Murray then had a clutch mid-range jumper to make the score 105-101, an advantage for the Hawks. A little bit later into overtime, Bogdan Bogdanović blocked Jimmy Butler on a drive, keeping the Hawks up 105-104, in which then the Heat fouled Bogdanović, putting him at the line, and he made both, putting them up 3. Haywood Highsmith then hit a 3 on the wing with 45 seconds left to tie the game. DeJounte Murray got a clutch steal off of Jimmy Butler's pass, then went down and shot a tough 3 that bounced off the rim, sending it into double overtime. Tyler Hero had a nice floater and then got an assist to Haywood Highsmith to make it a 6-point game for the Heat. DeAndre Hunter then brought it back to 4 points for the Hawks, but then the fake Nikola Jokic had a nice reverse layup to make it a 6-point game again. The Hawks missed 2 back-to-back threes, basically sealing the win for the Heat in a hard-fought game. The Thunder beat the Kings 112-105. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander had a clutch 40-point game with 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, and 20 free throw attempts, in which he hit 16 of them. Chet Holmgren also contributed with 15 points, 9 rebounds, 2 steals, and 2 blocks. OKC snapped Domantas Sabonis' 61-game double-double streak tonight, in which he finished with 8 points, 13 rebounds, 5 assists, and 5 turnovers. De'Aaron Fox had 33, 8, and 6, and Keon Ellis had 26, 6, and 5, with 8 3-pointers made. Towards the end of the 4th quarter, the Thunder and Kings were tied 105-105 at the 2:27 mark. Then Chet Holmgren hit a free throw, but he missed the second one, putting them up 106-105. Davion Mitchell played really good defense on SGA with about a minute 13 left, but it didn't matter because Shai hit a nice mid-range to put them up 3 points, 108-105. SGA had a super clutch steal off of Domantas Sabonis bobble and then nailed 2 more free throws, putting the game up 7. Then, in arguably the best performance of the night, the Timberwolves beat the Wizards 130-123, and Anthony Ant-Man Edwards had a career-high 51 points with 7 assists, 6 rebounds, and a 20-point comeback win against the Wizards. Naz Reid fouled out early in the game with a flagrant 2 foul where he elbowed Johnny Davis in the back of the head while being boxed out for a rebound. Rudy Gobert had a double-double of 19 points and 16 rebounds and 4 blocks. Nickeil Alexander-Walker off the bench provided a spark with 23 points and 4 threes with a plus 27 plus minus. With this team being the #1 seed, you love to see games like this where Anthony Edwards got to completely go off, because if you can get into a rhythm like this going into the postseason, this team will be a problem. And there is a lot of belief that Karl-Anthony Towns might return before the end of the season, which would help this team out even more in the postseason. On the Wizards side of the ball, Corey Kispert had 25 and 5 threes, leading the Wizards in points. And this win continues to help the Timberwolves hold on to the 1 seed over the Nuggets and Thunder. The Spurs beat the Grizzlies 102-87 in a game where Victor had 7 blocks for the second game in a row. He also followed that up with 18 points, 7 rebounds, and 6 assists. Congratulations to the Spurs and Victor for having a good game. The Rockets came out and upset the Magic 118-106. The Rockets meant business as they completely outshot the Magic. Fred VanVleet finished with 37, 8, and 6, shooting 6 of 11 from 3. Jabari Smith Jr. started at center and had 23, 7, and 5. And this Rockets team made 8 more 3-pointers than the Magic. Paulo Banchero had an inefficient game with 21, 7, and 6, and Jalen Suggs matched him in points with 21 and good defense. The #3 seed New York Knicks went out and beat the Chicago Bulls, who are the 9 seed, 128-117. A 100% lock for an All-NBA team. Jalen Brunson dropped 45 and 8 assists in a big win in which the Knicks only played an 8-man rotation. They're chasing right behind the Milwaukee Bucks, who are #2 in the East, and OG Anunoby had 24 points in his 3rd game back from injury. Josh Hart played 46 minutes, having 17 points, 13 rebounds, 7 assists, and had a plus 17 plus minus. On the Bulls side of the ball, they had 3 players with double digits, in which all of those players had over 20. DeMar DeRozan led the way with 34, 5, and 6. Kobe White, who might be most improved player, had 24 and 6, and Nikola Vukovic had 26 points. And if I'm being honest, I don't see any way the Bulls don't lose to the Hawks in the play-in. The Nuggets took care of business against the Utah Jazz, winning 111-95. Nikola Jokic led the way with 28 points, 13 rebounds, 7 assists, and 3 steals. He was matched by his partner in crime, Jamal Murray, who had 28 points as well, 4 steals, and 4 blocks. For the Jazz, Talen Horton-Tucker had a random game with 24 off the bench, but man, those top 3 seeds are just waiting for one of the others to lose. The Clippers won 105-92 against the Suns with Kawhi and James Harden out. Russell Westbrook started at point guard for the Clippers tonight, going up against his old teammate Kevin Durant. The Clippers started out insanely dominant in the first quarter, winning 37-10, and then finishing the half up 33. In the first quarter, Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, and Bradley Beal combined for 0 of 12 from the field, and clearly the Clippers meant business as Russell Westbrook flashed back to the pass with a triple-double with 16 points, 15 rebounds, and 15 assists. Paul George had 23, 7, and 5, and the rest of the starters were all in double digits as well. Kevin Durant led the Suns in points with 21, but part of the reason the Suns were able to make it at least somewhat of a game was the free throw disparity, in which the Suns shot 17 more free throws than the Clippers in this game. But this was a huge win for the Clippers, keeping them ahead of the Mavericks, who, as we discussed earlier, were one of the hottest teams in the league, and also their projected playoff matchup, which means that they're going to secure a home court advantage if they can stay in front. After that, the Pelicans played the Blazers and won 110-100, and CJ McCollum's returned to Portland. He finished with 29 points and 5 threes, getting an important win that will move this team ahead of the Suns and out of the play-in, at least for the time being. Trey Murphy III had 31 and 8 with 5 threes and a really nice dunk. Baked Ziti Zion Williamson closed it out with 22 and 7, and for the Blazers, DeAndre Ayton had 30 and 13, and Scoot Henderson had 19 and 15 assists with 8 turnovers though. Good win for the Pelicans. They need every win they can get so they don't fall into the play-in and maybe even fall out of the playoffs. And for our last game of the night, the Lakers played the Warriors and lost 134-120 in an absolutely crazy shooting performance from the Warriors. Anthony Davis did not play tonight as he was sick, and LeBron did not practice with the team. He actually showed up just about an hour and a half before tip-off, in which a reporter asked him if he would be playing, and he said, "I'm about to find out." As we know now, he did play the game. The Warriors came up big as they're trying to get a win and get out of the 10 seed and have some sort of advantage in the play-in, where the highest seed that they could possibly get up to is the 8 seed. The Warriors were absolutely hot from 3, making an insane 26 threes on 63% shooting. Klay Thompson led this team in scoring with 27 and making 5 threes. Steph Curry had 23 and went 6 of 6 from 3, and also having 8 assists. Draymond Green had 5 threes in the first half and finished with 15 and 10 assists, and even though LeBron showed up not long before the game, he finished with 33, 7 rebounds, and 11 assists, trying to get his team a win against the Red Hot Warriors. But realistically, when a team shoots that well and they make that many threes, you're not going to win the game. Anyways, I had a lot of fun covering this. I had to stay up pretty late if you couldn't tell. There was 3 10 o'clock games, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you made it this far, I want you to comment Ant-Man for me, like, subscribe, share the video if you want to. Until next time, I'll see you guys. Enjoy basketball. Mwah.